the way of sunshine. There will be a little bit of rain, particularly in the north of Scotland and the further west you are, but for most of us it's going to be another dull day, particularly on the east coast. A little bit of drizzle coming in off the North Sea there. The further north you are, well, it's likely to be sleet and snow that you'll see falling out of this quite extensive cloud sheet. So if you're thinking of a walk, perhaps on a beach, given what's happening in the countryside, then probably the further west is the best, whereas in the east we're going to find this cloud coming in off the North Sea being blown inland by some fairly strong winds. They're going to accentuate the cold along those North Sea coasts today. In fact, although your thermometer might measure around about 4, 5, 6 or 7 Celsius, it'll probably feel more like freezing or below freezing if you're out and about. So wrap up warm, really, I think the story if you're going to head for a North Sea coastal walk. Overnight tonight, well, a frost for Scotland, the frost getting a little further south where the cloud starts to break up as well. But if we look a little further ahead, you can see the blues start to disappear from much of the UK, and that's because milder air will be moving in from the southwest. To start off with, though, that brighter, colder weather will push down to the southwest, and then a hint of what's to come through the rest of the week across southwest England and southwestern parts of Wales tomorrow. The winds picking up and some outbreaks of rain beginning to move in. The reason? Well, it's this low pressure area down here. It's going to simplify through the next few days, and then we end up with this single low moving in from the west initially, and then as you can see there, the low pressure starts to move northwards across the British Isles. Then that moves out of the way, lots of isobars indicating strong westerly winds, and those weather fronts will mean some wet weather as well. So that's how it's looking for the midweek period. Still some cold air left in the far north, but really it'll be this milder weather moving up from the south which will be most evident, some outbreaks of rain, and once the cloud breaks behind it, if temperatures pick up to 13 Celsius, that could be enough to kick off some fairly hefty showers. In fact, you can see that milder air creeping in across France. It won't be very far across the Channel during the midweek period, but then it looks as though it'll cool down again later on as those westerly winds blow in. And I think we could find perhaps some gale force winds, particularly in the north. So there's the Countryfile outlook for the week ahead. Rather cloudy and chilly to start off with, milder for a time, and then wet and windy later on.